Hi, it's Ash again. I hope you're all having a good week. I'm gonna try and make this intro really quick because I have no battery on my camera and I'm hoping to get it done before it dies. This is my vlog for January. I was gonna split it into two videos across January, one that is more of a vlog and one that is me working on finishing my sketchbook, but January was kind of difficult for me mental health wise, so two videos didn't happen, so instead we're at the end of the month, we have one big video. I hope that's okay. I hope you enjoy a chunky video because that's what this is. My main goal for January was to finish my ink sketchbook. I've been working in this thing for so long and I didn't have much left and I just wanted to finish it so I could move on from the project. So a lot of this video is me working in my sketchbook, and then there's some stuff from New Year's and general things that I did during the month, and I'm going to be putting in a voiceover to keep you company whilst you're doing whatever you're doing with your day. With that, we'll get straight into the video. Hi, this is VoiceOver Ash here. This is all footage from New Year's Eve. Kira and I have accidentally stumbled into this tradition of staying in and doing a puzzle on New Year's Eve. Because we keep getting puzzles for Christmas every year, and it's actually a really nice way to see in the new year. It's just really calming and meditative in a way. We have a cup of tea, we do our little puzzle, we have a drink closer to midnight. This one is one that I got for Christmas. That is an artist's color palette on canvas. Our neighbors always go crazy with the fireworks, so we never really need to go out to see a fireworks display. They're always right out the window. It's mildly terrifying, but very entertaining at the same time. We always watch the London fireworks as well, and like the fireworks show, whilst we're watching our neighbours' fireworks at the same time. Yeah, it was just a really nice, calm New Year's. New Year's also means that my journal for last year is finished. My 2024 journal is finished. This was me filling in the last couple of pages and just adding some bits from the last few days of the year. I have this urge to flick through and like film and show my whole journal because I'm so proud of it, but I decided against it. My journal is a deeply personal space, and the fact that I've managed to use it in such a creative and open way is partially why I'm so proud of it. But it is a private place as well, and so there's something sacred about that, so I will not be sharing it. And then I started in my new journal for the year. Oh my god. I really wanted the Hobonichi cousin last year, and I just thought that it was a lot to commit to, a page a day. I did a whole video on this like a year ago. So I did the day free last year, and then I promised myself if I used it that I could get the Hobonichi cousin this year, and I did. And I am so excited about using it. It's actually been a month now. This is the end. It's now the end of January, and I have stuck to using it. I've done a page a day. It's kind of changed my life. It's so wonderful how well I've settled into this new journal. I made myself, I always do a vision board for the year, and that was my new 2025 vision board. And then I also made myself a small schedule for the day that I don't necessarily have to stick to, but kind of just to guide me of like, ideally this is when I would have lunch, this is when I would get up, this is when I would post on social media, this is when I would blah 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 blah. There's also like this is the time to stop drinking caffeine, this is the time to start winding down for bed. And I wrote out my goals for the year. I felt the first few days of the year I was so motivated and in such a good headspace for tackling the rest of the year. And I can't lie, January's kind of taken the wind out of my sails a little bit. I had some rough weeks there mental health wise. I was quite down. I won't go into too much detail, but I just struggled. The good thing is that I didn't spiral. I've really gotten to a good place with my coping mechanisms now, and with my understanding of how my brain works and how my mental health looks, so I can stop myself before I get into that spiral. So I'm getting better towards the end of January. I packed some orders. I filmed myself packing some orders for my shop. This was an A5 print, which I don't sell too many A5 prints, so I was really happy packing this one up. I feel like I don't film a lot of order packing footage, so try to include that. I got a label printer for Christmas, and when I tell you that this thing, I'm so excited about this thing, it is so good. I've been running a small business for 3-4 years now. Every time I need to print a label, I have been printing out a whole sheet of A4. And that is so uneconomical, and it takes up so much paper and ink. Anyway, I'm just really excited about this label printer. I am going through a bit of a hair crisis at the minute. If you can see, my normal white bleach blonde is like honey colored at the roots. And that is because I have a bleach allergy. I developed a bleach allergy in like the past year or so, and it's progressively gotten worse to the point where I can't bleach my hair anymore. I can't use bleach. It's just the reaction is too strong. I just can't do it. So I tried using a no bleach bleach, and it does lift pretty well, but it gets to that kind of honey color blonde, and I can't tone it out. And I'm kind of in this hair crisis where I'm like, I should probably stop lightening my hair, but I'm so attached to my hair color now that it's like fused with my identity that I really don't know how to unweave it from my sense of self. And you can tell that I'm struggling. I'm like, I just don't know what to do with myself. Anyway, I decided to dye the rest of my hair this kind of honey color blonde. It's Bleach London's Just Like Honey, I think it's called. Just so that the rest of my hair blends with those honey colored roots just a little bit better. And I thought I'd film the process because I never film me doing my hair. Also, just a disclaimer, if you're doing your hair at home, please use gloves. I have been bleaching my hair every 6 weeks for the past like 5 years, so I'm really good at not getting any on my hands, like 0 product on my hands. And this is just dye, it's not even bleach, so I was like, I'm not concerned. But please, if you're doing it at home, use gloves, and also do not use my technique because I don't care. I am so blasé about my hair now. So the technique is not the best, but yeah. I also still had pink. I still had pink dye in my cupboard from when I dyed my hair pink a year ago. So I threw some pink in the front of my hair for fun and on the tips, and I kind of regret doing that. It was fun for like 2 days, and then after that I was like, yeah, I want this pink on now. But it did look really cute, and I'm really happy with how the honey color came out in my hair. I actually don't hate it. So maybe weaning myself off of my blonde will be a success. I don't know, we'll have to see how I go in the future. But I'm definitely kind of having a whole crisis about it. I really love putting in my little schedule for the day in my journal. I like use the weekly spreads to record what I do with my day and how much sleep I get, and it's so satisfying to look back on the whole week to see what I did. I thought I would be really bad at keeping up with it, but I'm really not. I don't know, I've become such a journal person now, such a notebook person, that I can't imagine not doing it. The beginning of January was really busy for shop orders for some reason. I don't know why. Considering it's just after Christmas, I would have thought that no one has any money for fun little cute things, but apparently people do. Packing orders is like one of my favorite things to do. It's just so fun, and knowing that my art is going to be out there in the world somewhere is just such a fun thought to me. It's just so exciting. We also celebrated Kieran's birthday. Kieran's birthday's in January, and we had friends over and we played Catan for the first time, and it was very chaotic but really fun. I don't think we played it right at all, but I think we know now how we're supposed to play it, but it was very, very fun.
Don't make me laugh.
10 out of 10 would recommend Catan. And there's a bunch of like expansion packs and stuff now, which I think we might get a few.
Fancy trading some stone.
I could trade stone if you need sheep.
See, they're the things that I think of getting because I money rabbit.
Oh, we went to the cinema as well. We went to see Nosferatu. That was Kieran's pick. I am not a horror movie person, but it was very good. It was very tense the whole time, but it was a really good movie actually. The visuals are amazing. But I did jump and spill a bunch of popcorn halfway through the movie. Okay, we are into sketchbook time. This was how much of the sketchbook I had left. It's actually a sizable chunk, but I was just so done with this sketchbook that I was like, okay, we're gonna get through it. We're gonna finish this thing in, and I think I did. I finished it in like 2 weeks, which I think is fairly impressive. For those who haven't seen my videos before or have not seen me working in my sketchbook before, this sketchbook was something I started, I think it was like a year or two ago. And the rule is that I can only draw in pen. No pencil, nothing else. In fact, it's literally this pen, this specific Muji pen, which I love, by the way. I love Muji pens. I can only draw in pen. And it's a really great exercise because it forces you to just keep drawing. When you make a mistake, you can try and correct it, or you can just scrap the whole drawing and draw again, but you can't rub it out. You can't sit there and erase and draw it again and erase and draw it again. You can't hyperfixate on those details. You've just got to keep drawing. Which when I started this sketchbook, I was in such an art slump that that's exactly what I needed. But I'm in a different place now. I feel like I'm pretty good. I'm on that art grind. I'm churning out stuff. And I'm really craving a regular sketchbook where I can just go crazy. I can let my creativity run wild, and I can use pencil, I can use pen, I can use paint, I can throw crayon in there, I can do whatever I want. Technically there's no law saying I couldn't do that in this sketchbook, but I started the project one way and I want to finish it that way. And I have to say, I did have a lot of fun with these last few pages. I basically spent 2 weeks worth of weekdays just drawing, and it was really great. I spent a lot of time on environments because I'm really trying to nail how I approach environments. I feel like I don't draw landscapes enough, so I'm really trying to push myself to do that more. And then also I did a lot of figure studies and expression studies, a lot of faces. I dragged Kieran out of the house and made him come work in a cafe with me a couple times, just because when I find that I have one specific task to be doing it in a cafe, I just get on with it. If I'm at home, I'll find a million ways to distract myself, but for some reason put me in a cafe and I'll just get on with the task that I've set myself. I don't know, I like the ambiance of a cafe, and also if I only bring my sketchbook, then the only thing I have to do is my sketchbook. I can't distract myself by wandering around the flat. I'm sat at a table. Also, Costa has a new banana and chocolate chip muffin, and it is so good. I'm not a huge banana person, I don't mind, but like banana flavor I'm okay with, and it is so good. Like you can taste the banana and then there's chocolate on the inside, like Nutella almost. It's real good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I also really enjoy drawing people in cafes, just because the general public looks a lot different to the kind of reference pictures of people that you're going to find on Pinterest. Pinterest very much veers towards model faces, and I don't want to draw model faces all the time, you know? They're actually not that interesting to look at once you've seen them a million times and once you've drawn them a million times. It's fun to go out into the world and draw real people and real expressions and real outfits. That being said, I find it very difficult to draw people because they don't stop moving. It's so hard. They don't know they're being drawn, so it's not their fault. And I also feel like kind of a creep for staring at people, but I'm half staring at them, half staring at my paper, so I think it's okay. And if anyone ever came up to me and was like, "You're drawing me," I'd be like, "Yeah, here, you can look at it. I'm so sorry." But I haven't had that yet, thank God. There's just something, I don't know, there's something so fun about drawing in a cafe to me. It's so fun. You'll notice that I've done that a lot over the past year if you watch my videos, and I plan to do it a whole lot more. It's interesting because I'm really at this point in my art journey where I'm trying to cement my own sense of style and drawing, and doing these quick ink sketches where you have to make these quick decisions that you can't get rid of afterwards. It really just shows you what your instinct is when it comes to drawing certain features and certain objects. Everyone has a style that is intrinsic to them, and when you can't go over it and get rid of things and change them, you're really forced to confront what your intrinsic style is, whether you like it or not. So I feel like I've got to know myself better artistically through this sketchbook. In a good way and in a bad way, because I see both the things that make my drawings mine, and I also see the faults that I make, the errors that I make again and again. But that's okay. I'd rather be aware of them so I can fix them than anything else. Also, I found something about drawing in ink in my sketchbook. It's helped me better my composition more. Like when I started, you can definitely tell that I'll start drawing something and I'll run out of space, or it takes up a part of the page that I didn't want it to. Whereas now, towards the end of the sketchbook, I can tell that when I start drawing something, it fills the space that I wanted it to. It takes up the right amount of space. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense to those of you listening, but it makes sense to me. Basically, if I draw a person and I want it to fit in the page, I can fit it in the page now. Whereas before, maybe when I drew a person on a page in ink, I'd draw it too big and the legs would get cut off, or I'd draw it way too small and it wouldn't take up the whole page. Now my sense of scale is a little more refined. I also find I'm a lot more confident. If you'd asked me to fill in this many pages when I'd started this sketchbook, within this amount of time, I would not have been able to. Kira and I have been taking more evening walks again, like how we used to do, and it's been really nice. Even though it's freezing outside, that's kind of nice in a way. It's very crisp. It's very grounding to be walking outside in the cold. I've been reading again as well. It's my goal this year to read 2 books a month, and I did achieve that in January. One of which was Starting Point by Hayao Miyazaki. An amazing director. If you have any interest in Ghibli or in animation or in Japanese animation, you should definitely read this book. I think I read it over the course of like 2 or 3 weeks, and it really kept me creatively inspired when I was working on my sketchbook. And I don't know, there's a lot of things that I want to achieve creatively this year, and I feel like that was a good book to start on. Because it spans so much of his life and his career from like the very beginning to, I think it ended in the late 90s. There's a sequel that I also have on my shelf. It was just very motivating to see how he started and how he pushed his career further and further, and also his creative vision and his creative voice. Yeah, I just found that very motivating, because that's the kind of thing I want to do myself. I feel like I'm at a turning point in my own artistic journey where I have this really stable foundation of like a style and a vision and things I want to say with my art, and I've been doing my small business for a certain amount of time now, and I want to take everything that I've learned from doing all of that, all of the mistakes that I've made, the knowledge that I have, the skills that I've built, and now I want to do something with all of them. And I'm really excited about that idea. Later in the video, you're going to see that I'm working on a rebrand for myself, for my small business, for all of my social media. And that's definitely part of that sort of refinement of my creative vision and my journey. I feel like I want to take all of that into this rebrand. Going forward, I have a very clear vision now. I just need to execute it. And it's something that really excites me. I think finishing this sketchbook was a good way to step forward into that. I can now start a new sketchbook, and there's something very poetic about being able to close the pages of this one as I move on to this new page in my journey. There is so much footage here. I didn't even film all of the pages, but there is so much footage here regardless. I was gonna do a whole like flip through and everything, but I just didn't have time in this video because it's already so long. I think it's like 30 minutes. But yeah, 2025 is the year of new creative direction. I have a lot of ideas, a lot of plans, a lot of things I want to create, a lot of things I want to share, and I'm very excited. I'm kind of like nervously hopeful. I want to have faith in myself that I can execute all of these ideas that I have. And I think that's the first step. The thing that stopped me in the past is being like, I'm not talented enough. I can't, like, who cares? Like, who cares if I do this thing? But I care. And I'm excited to do it regardless if anyone else cares. Hopefully other people will like it too, maybe not. I put down a little ground feeder for the birds on our balcony and a little pine cone feeder on the hook. Put more bird feed in this window feeder, and they are going crazy for it. It's been such a pleasure to watch the birds enjoy it. We get a lot of blue tits, and this was a robin actually. Just as the sun was setting, he came and went a bit crazy on all of the suet balls. I don't know why I put out so many, but it's been really nice to see nature coming to our balcony because we don't use it that much. So I'm happy for the local birds to use it. Oh, going back to my journal, I got some more stickers from Etsy. I'll try and link the shop if I can find it again. But I love sticker sheets, and I feel like I just don't have enough. I feel like I see all these, I get like FOMO because all of these journalists that I see online have just hordes of stickers, and I really don't have that many because they're actually quite expensive. But I found these on Etsy and they're so cute. I'm really, really happy with them. I started using them already. These cat ones especially are just so sweet. Especially because I want to start making sticker sheets myself this year. That's one of my goals. A, selfishly so I can use them myself in my own journal, but B, to put in my shop, and hopefully you guys will enjoy them as well. It's market research, really, I think you could call it. And I really like these are so cute. So look out for that. I'm very excited. I already started drafting sticker sheet ideas, but as I said, I'm working on the rebrand right now, so that will come later. And I have to say, there's something so satisfying and exciting and motivating about planning for the new year and doing all these goals and saying, you know what, I can do these things. Not only do I want to do these things, but I can, and I'm going to, and I will. I will achieve them. Especially because I've created this really cozy studio space. Kira and I keep making friends with the neighborhood cats on our walks, on our late night walks. This one especially was so sweet. He was so friendly. He spent so long with us. January has been a kind of strange month because, like I said, I haven't been doing great mentally, but I've actually done really well despite that. I've worked so hard on my goals and made real progress, and I'm really proud of myself for that. Hi, it's me again. This is the end of the video. I did in fact finish my sketchbook and it's really satisfying. I'm really happy that it's done. I was gonna put in a sketchbook tour into this video, but it's already so long that I don't think I'm gonna do that. If you do want a sketchbook tour from my ink sketchbook, I'd be happy to do one. Just let me know if you wanted to see that. I'm actually going to be making a zine from my favorite pages in this sketchbook. I've scanned them and I'm cleaning them up and then going to make a zine out of them, and I'm really excited for that, so keep an eye out. For now, that is everything I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you watched all the way to the end, thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed your time with me, you can always leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you're working on in the comments. I'd really love to know. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.